Welcome everybody to this training video. I'm Scott McMillan, project lead for the IHSS Benchmark Dashboard. In this video, I'm going to show you how to upload your incident data and how to map your incident categories. So to do that, you will, of course, you will have registered. You will have already completed step one. You have compiled your facility data. You've uploaded it. You've also gotten your incident data ready for upload, which is step 2A under the incident data step, which again, there's videos available to you via the links on the right-hand side. And so once you're ready to upload the actual data, you've got it properly formatted and ready to go. You're going to click on the Upload Data Incident button here and upload your data. But before we do that, I highly encourage you to use this link here, download and have available the incident category and department framework, which I've already gone ahead and done, and it looks like this. Because you might find that when you're mapping your label to the IHSS labels, it might be easier to determine how and which one to map it to by looking at how they're laid out here. In the mapping tool, all of these unique options are in one big list, which might make it a little bit more challenging to try to figure out which one to use. So having this open allows you to see them in a little bit better layout. You'll see that there are 4 levels, starting with the highest on the left and getting more specific as you move to the right. You can also actually copy and paste the actual label here and use that in the keyword search within the tool, which will make more sense when we get started. So download, have this ready to go, and here we go. We're going to click the upload button. That's going to bring us to page here. We're going to go ahead and click on the browse files. And we are going to quickly grab our incident data. What represents the previous year. And this is an example where if one of the labels for your healthcare facility name is not the same as what you use for that same facility in your facility data, it's going to flag it. In this case, I purposely changed one of our facility labels in the incident data to Downtown Memorial Hospital. And so it doesn't recognize that because there's a different label used for that facility in the facility data that I've already uploaded. The good news is the tool here is going to allow us to map it right here so that we don't have to stop and go into their incident data and make the change. So I'm going to go ahead and click in here. It's going to give me the options for the facilities in my facility data. And I'm going to select the one that matches, which is this one here that uses the acronym DMH. This is going to tell the system that these are both the same facility. With that done, similar facility, we just want to make sure that the tab that the system is recognizing and defaulting to is the tab that actually contains our incident data, which in this case it does. If for some reason your file has more tabs and it's not, then you will click here and select the tab that contains your data. But as we can see in the preview, this is the tab with my data, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. In that case, what the AI was just doing is it's reading the column headings in my data, and it's trying to match it against what is required in the IHSS labels. And there you can see that there are roughly 8 column headings. So on the left-hand side, in my source file, the name is facility name, where it presents where the facility name is, and that would align correctly with the suggestion, which is HCF name and ID. Report number to report number, category to category. Location in my data is the equivalent to the IHSS department, unit, or area. WPV type is the same. Police involved is the same as law enforcement involved. And then we have date and time. Now, very quickly, this is interesting. In the actual data that I uploaded, the date and time is in a single column. The system recognized that, and it actually separated the two into their own columns, which is what is required for the IHSS. And so it's just giving me this extra label here in parentheses to indicate how it's separated it. And I just want to make sure that those align up, which they do, date and time. I'm going to go ahead and save the mappings. Again, it's always recommended that you do that as you progress to make sure that you don't lose any of your data in the event that you get interrupted. So we'll continue on to the value mappings. So it's telling us that in our data set, there's 11 unique values across these 4 different areas that it doesn't recognize. And in this video, we're going to focus only on the categories. But important to understand, as you can see here, when you actually do your mapping, you can map all of these in one sitting. You don't have to upload multiple times. We're simply separating the videos just to make it a little easier for you. So if you're not sure how to do one particular mapping, you don't have to watch the entire video. You can see here that there are 12 values or categories. That means that there are 12 unique category labels throughout our data set. It doesn't matter whether your data has 100 records or rows or 1,000,000. You're only ever mapping the unique category labels. We're going to go ahead and click on here to open it up. And we can see with these different colored buttons that of our 12, 2 of them are unmapped, which means there is no suggestion the AI could provide, and the other 10 there was. We're going to start with the unmapped. And we can see that we have 2 unique labels, heliport operations and protest demonstration. So heliport operations, I know that there is no equivalent in the IHSS. So that is going to map to the option which is just NA. So I'm going to go ahead and just click in here. I'm going to type in N/A, and it gives me that option, and I will select it. And now that's mapped. Protest demonstration, the equivalent in the framework would be civil disturbance under emergency. I know because I'm familiar with this. So if I scroll down emergency, we can see that there is this human-related event, and there is this civil disturbance. So I'm going to actually copy that because that's a very unique label. And I'm going to paste it when I click in here. And that way it gives me exactly that one. I don't have to search through that long list. And that is now mapped. And we can now move on to the AI. We have 10. Now you'll notice in the AI that there are these boxes here. The one on the left is the bulk update. This is what allows you to make multiple selections and categories that you know will map to the same single category on the IHSS. It makes things a lot easier for you. You can do multiple selections and mappings in one. The other box here in this column represents the AI map confirmation. Because it's made a suggestion, you might want to first go through and confirm the ones that are accurate before you start going and doing the mapping for the ones that you have to change. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to quickly see which ones of these are accurate. So administrative support would actually be NA, that's not right. Non-physical would be the equivalent of non-physical, so that is correct. Aggravated, that's correct. Infant abduction, that's correct. Bomb threat to bomb threat, that's correct. Suspicious person contacted, and then we see here not contacted. There is no equivalent for the contacted element within the IHSS, so we would stop at just the person of interest, which is what it's recommending. So those are also correct. And then we have vandalism, and then different property owners of that was vandalized. There is no equivalent in the IHSS, so we're going to leave those for later. So we've identified 6 categories of the 10 that the AI was accurate in suggesting things, and we're going to confirm those. And now those are mapped. And then I'm just going to click on this again to refresh, to remove the map. That way I'm focusing on just the AI ones. So these are the ones that we're going to have to change. So the administrative support, I know, is another one that's NA. There is no equivalent in the IHSS. So just as I did before, I'm simply going to click in here, type N/A, and it's going to give me that option, and that's mapped. And again, I can click on here to refresh. So now I have these 3 vandalism ones. So if we go back to our framework, vandalism would be a crime. So if we go up to the green section, other criminal activity, and we look, we'll notice that there is this property damage, which is criminal property damage, which is the equivalent of vandalism. But notice the IHSS does not break it down any further, whereas ours does. This is an example where all 3 of these will map to the same one, which is the property damage. So I can select all 3 of these, and I can click on any one of these, it doesn't matter, and I can type in, or I can copy and paste property damage, but I'm just going to go ahead and type it in. And it gives me property damage right here as the first option, and that's the one I want. And now that's mapped. And so I have very quickly mapped 12 unique category labels. And now that I've done it and I've saved these, I will never have to remap these categories again. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop right there. I hope this was helpful. It shows you how to upload your incident data and how to do some of the mapping and take advantage of some of the bulk options that are available to you. I hope this was helpful. On behalf of the IHSS, I thank you very much for your participation, and we hope that you will continue to participate in the years to come. Thank you very much, and good luck.